I'm Grant Meinhardt. I'm the JCB sales manager for Can-Equip, and we're going to do a walk around on the 427 Agri spec. This is the way we order a lot of ours. Probably sell this style 3-to-1 versus some of the other specs that we can do within JCB. But we're very proud of this unit. As far as JCB, we've done a lot of research to make sure that it fits the ag market and it is the best fit for what our customers at Can-Equip do. So some of the things I want to talk about are the HT design, which stands for high torque. Going into a pile, picking up silage, digging up manure, those type of things. This thing is the best at that. The torque tube is actually a line board here, welded on both sides, so you have the best strength. These loader arms are lined board, so what that means is they put the two loader arms together and then they cut that hole out, and then they put the tube inside of it and weld it on the inside and then the outside. So that gives you the most strength. These loader arms are the thickest on the market. I think 3¼ inch, something like that, as far as the thickness of the arms. You don't have any linkage in between the cylinder arms. You have cylinders on both sides. So you have the best control on your load. You have complete control of the loader arms all the way through. On a Z-bar, which JCB does offer, you actually lose a little bit of that at the very end. You lose some of the strength of that. This is the best for the agri use. They do build a Z-bar. Their Z-bar is actually a lot lower cylinder, so it again has great visibility. The cylinders themselves, it's unique to JCB as far as the HT design. A lot of guys run a Z-bar, which is in the center. You have one cylinder. These have two cylinders on both sides, so it gives you a lot better control through your load, going back and forth, loading and unloading. This unit is actually equipped with the JCB quick attach, so it's a hydraulic quick attach. You can go pin on to save some money if you're just going to be using the bucket, but this works very nice for loading pallet forks, bales, those type of things. Very nice quick attach system here. You just roll up to it and then pick it up, and then it's hydraulically connected. You also have 36 gallon a minute at the hydraulics for any attachments that you wanted to put on. This is JCB's 3-yard bucket. This is the bucket they recommend for the 427. Of course, if you have different materials, you can have different buckets. This is a quick attach, so you can have pallet forks, those type of things. This one actually comes with a bolt-on cutting edge that's reversible. A very nice bucket for what it comes with. The tires are a little bit different than what you see on a lot of units out there. A lot of them run the CE tires. These are Megabib Michelin tires for traction. So what this helps you do, again, is digging. These are great units for packing silage, getting up a pile, pulling out manure, those type of things. So these are the Michelin Agribibs for JCB. These are actually built and designed for the wheel loader. We can get CE tires, but these are matched to the ag market and work very well in this market. These are running ZF axles and a ZF transmission, so they're matched to themselves to make sure that we're maximizing the power. The other thing on the front axle, the brakes are outboard in oil baths versus a braking system on the driveline. This has a lot better braking system than some of our competitors. These are the outboard wet disc brakes that is exclusive to JCB. Other competitors have the brake on the driveline, where these are match set so they keep a lot cooler as far as temperature of the brake. You don't get as much heat, and they last a lot longer. With the high torque, high lift system that JCB has, we believe it's the best on the market for what we do in the ag sector. JCB really prides themselves on the center of their loader. I never thought it was that big a deal until you see a lot of what the competition has. And it is a big deal, so definitely pay attention when you're looking at wheel loaders. The big thing here is the pin is boxed, or the front casting's boxed in, where a lot of people just have a single piece of iron sitting there. So top and bottom are boxed in. It's making that a lot stronger. Their tapered pins are pre-loaded and preset so that wear better and last a lot longer in the market. So your cylinders are way up high here, not down here in the center where hay can build up in them and create problems with your seals. So they're way up top. Your hose routing is beautifully done as far as nice and tight, those type of things. Again, we talked about the brakes on the front of the machine, but there is no braking in here where you could potentially get into a heat situation. Some of the other things that I'd like to point out on this side of the unit is these mud flaps are removable, so you can just pin them up here if you want to, or pin them down depending on what your use is, front and rear on that. And then your air conditioner is all serviced from the ground level. On the air conditioner unit is very simple, very easy to get to. So you have a cabin air filter that you can clean out in dusty conditions, and then your evaporator is behind that, so you can pull your cabin air filter out and clean that. So it's all done here right on the ground. They did a re-cab design in 2017 where it really opened up this side of the glass, and you can really see out what you're doing. The other thing that they did is they added a sliding glass so that you can actually talk to the operators outside of from your operator's station. Nice metal toolbox. The hydraulic tank is all steel. So what happens when that's all steel is that actually gets rid of that heat, so it can keep that hydraulic oil cooler. You also have a sight gauge here for the hydraulic tank, so you can see how much your hydraulic oil is on this side of the unit. A single piece hood is a big feature. We'll show you that in just a second where that opens up, but it's sloped so that you can see out the back of the unit, and it's a single piece so you can open everything up for serviceability. Okay, so one of the coolest things about this 427 and all their wheel loaders, 427, 437, 457, all have this single piece hood that opens up electronically. And you just open that up here, and then your service checks are on the other side, so we'll go around there and we'll do the service checks, but really simple to service, really easy to open the hood. This is the JCB engine bay for the 427 wheel loader. This is the cyclonic air filter system, so it actually picks up the heavy debris and blows it out the back of the engine, or back of the unit. So their cooling pack is completely separate from their engine bay. So you're completely sealed off here from your cooling pack to the engine. So as far as heat dissipation, those type of things are completely separate issues. The big thing on the engine is it's a 6.7 Cummins engine that's 179 horsepower. So a very common engine in the industry, in automotive, as far as that goes. So it's very common as far as getting parts and those type of things. Checking the oil is just right here, oil fill, and then hydraulic fill. This does not have DPF, which is a huge thing in our industry. So we're going to be running hay, we're going to be running silage, a lot of debris, and we're not having to regen or create more heat out there. So the way that we get around the emissions is adding blue. So we after treatment on the exhaust system to meet Tier 4 emissions. The back of the unit, the rear counterweight is cast, and it's all the way through, so if you're back into something, it won't hurt the machine as far as the machine goes. You have a rear counterweight here, and then they redid the screen this last year, so a lot better latch system, and then they did a nice job with the JCB logo. And then the LED lights coming off the back, and then up top, so you got great lighting when you're backing up. The other thing is that when you back up, the lights come on automatically, just giving your other people behind you a visual that you're backing up. And then you have a backup camera so that you can see from the cab looking forward. Then open that up, and then you have your def fill is right here, and then your block heater, both tucked in here nicely as far as being able to be protected. You're not going to back into a def tank or crush something as far as the back of the machine goes. So again, very important for those of us that don't look back a lot. So the hydraulic reversing fan comes on every 15 seconds, which is changeable. You can change that to your conditions, those type of things. And then the cooling pack, we talked about that when the hood was up a little bit, but they have the intercooler. All of them are they're not stacked on top of each other. They're all the way through side by side. So they get even cooling all the way through the actual unit. So very good setup as far as keeping the engine cool, keeping the engine running efficiently, those type of things. On the left side of the machine, very easy to get into as far as the steps, grab rails, open up the door, be able to see more grab rails. And then getting into the engine bay, if you need to step up in here, you can sure do that. The battery box is right here, very easy to get into, very serviceable. You don't have to get behind an engine or take something apart to replace those batteries. Again, hood opening is right here, and then your battery isolator is right here on the outside. So if you want to lock up the machine, this box locks, so you can leave it out in the pastures if you need to, or any of that nature. So very nice to be able to have that right there at ground level. The fuel tank is just like the hydraulic tank. It's part of the integral part of the machine. So it's completely in steel and it's part of the frame. So the benefit to that is you don't have an external tank that you can rip off, and it keeps that fuel cooler in the summer months. You also have a fuel gauge right on the outside. Of course, you have one on the inside, but this one is on the outside, so when you're filling up at the ground level, you can actually see your fuel fill. Okay, and JCB is very focused on safety, making sure that you're the safest way possible getting in and out of the cab. So one of the ways they do that is they have the platform down there. It's on top of the battery box, but most of the competitors have a ladder all the way up. This is a nice platform to stand on when you're getting in the cab. And then they have 3 points of contact, so 3 points of grab rails getting into the unit. So here, and then getting up to the unit. The door is very simple as far as opening and closing, just a handle there. Also have a glass that opens up to the left-hand side to match the right-hand side. And coming in the cab, a very, very nice seat setup, number of adjustments, those type of things. And then their set it and forget it steering column. This is common within the fast track wheel loader and telehandlers. I know they'll incorporate it more, but it's a very nice setup. So you just pull this here and then set it wherever you want it. You set it on this side. So very nice steering column as far as that goes. So inside the JCB cab, again, visibility is second to none. You got glass from floor to ceiling. Safety is great for JCB. You have mirrors to see behind you. And then you have a backup camera right up here, so that stays on all the time. This also acts as your check engine, so it'll check when you fire it up, it'll check your hydraulic pressure, your engine oil pressure, coolant. And then all these buttons here do different functions, and if you don't know what one of them does, you can just hit this question mark, and then select what button that you want, which one you don't know, those type of things, and then just press in, and it'll tell you exactly what that does. And you can scroll down, scroll up, so very innovative control panels as far as that goes. This is the 6-speed ZF transmission, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go to auto, and you can just roll it up to auto, and it'll go through the gears, find the right gear for you. You have a forward and reverse shifter here, and you also have it on the back of your handle here, so whichever's more comfortable as far as that goes. I'm Grant Meinhardt with CanEquip. I'm the JCB sales manager. We get a lot of questions on what JCB stands for. JCB stands for Joseph Cyril Bamford, the guy that started the company. So it is in its second generation, but I want to give you that bit of history. We picked up the line in 2019, really for the wheel loader and the telehandler, and have opened up to a number of products, including the fast track, the side entry skid loader, excavators. It's been a lot of fun to represent the line, and it's done very well for us. Canequip is across Kansas and one store in Nebraska. We have 14 locations. We're strategically adding JCB to those locations slowly. It'll take a lot of time, but what we want to do is make sure that we have the right technicians, the right parts guys, and then get sales rolling in those locations.